Hi guys, how are you? It's Xerxe and I'm back with a fresh haircut and some fresh roster news for you guys. So, starting off with Xerxe going to Astralis. A little surprising move. Xerxe was playing on Immortals for 1 year and a half, something like that, 3 splits. And now Xerxe is moving on to Astralis. A lot of people are questioning why didn't Astralis get another jungler, or more, why didn't Xerxe choose to go to another like team. But if you're Astralis and if you're searching for junglers, I don't think there are a lot of players that want to join Astralis. Astralis, at least in league, hasn't been a successful organization. So Cersei going to Astralis, a great pickup in my opinion. Sure, they could have gone maybe a bigger name in terms of a jungler or an upcoming talent, but I don't think if you're an upcoming talent you want to go to Astralis because of the ways things have gone in the organization. So Cersei going to Astralis, an anonymous here. It's almost confirmed. It's still not signed. Still not the deal has still not been released, but it's almost confirmed. Sportmaniac is also confirmed, and normally when Sportmaniac says it, it's going to happen. So it is like Astralis is going to sign Xerxe for the summer split. Is going to finish their roster with the next addition as we have it, which is support Jong-un, coming from Fred Bryan Challengers, the academy from Fred Bryan, the South Korean team. I mean, I don't know like how good Jeong-hoon is. Like I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, it's a great pickup. I don't know. Right, I never seen him play. He played on the academy team. I don't think he ever played on the tier 1 in Korea. Never played on LCK. So sure, maybe he has a lot of potential. I don't know. But together with Xerxe, this mainly closes the roster from Astralis, which is going to be, let me see, it's somewhere among here. Yeah, going to be Fizisashi, Xerxe, Kobe, which were like the past split roster if you have been watching League for a long time, and you also have now Jong-un and who am I missing? And Daejong, I think is going to be still the mid lane. So it's still a pretty lackluster roster in my opinion. Like I don't think Fizisashi was a great top laner like in his prime. I think he's still a solid top laner. I don't know if he's still like a LEC level top laner, right? Because he played well on the LFL, but not at a level where you say, okay, this guy is straight LEC level. He's been like stomping the top laners on the LFL. No, like he was okay at an okay level. Xerxe is a very intelligent player. Like everyone that works with him say that is a very intelligent, especially when it comes to petting, etc. So it's going to be interesting to see how Xerxe back in Europe, if he can go back to the conversation of being one of the best junglers in the region, which he once was, at least in the conversation. Uh, Kobe and Janon. I mean, Kobe, he was a solid AD carry. I don't think he's a carry, like a carry AD carry right now. He's not going to win you a championship. He's a solid level like AD carry right now. Jong-un is a question mark. I can tell you a lot about the guy because I've never seen him play. I don't have a lot of feedback from other people saying, okay, this guy is fairly talented or is a really good player right now. But let's see how that plans out. In my opinion, I don't think this is going to be um, a championship roster by any means, and I would be surprised if they make it to playoffs. Maybe they can like slide into playoffs with some good results, but again, I just think Astralis as an organization, and like I love Astralis. People that know me, Astralis is my favorite organization in CS:GO. I've been a fan of CS:GO. I've been a fan of Astralis in CS:GO since 2016. A little bit after they won their first major. So, but in League of Legends they have never reached the success they wanted. They have always been a bottom tier organization. And the thing is, I don't see a clear path for ourselves. I don't see this team like, okay, we're going young, and let's pick some like young up and coming talents and go that route, or we're going to pick some veterans, or we're going to spend the catch and build a super team, or maybe not a super team, but a very strong roster. I don't see this with Astralis. I think it's just, okay, we got Kobe, let's pair them with Jong-un. Let's say Jong-un is assumed is like a young talented player, right? We have Xerxe, who is, in my opinion, like I like Xerxe, nothing against him, but I don't think he should play in the like you have a lot of top laners, either if they are more talented or also has experience, like you have Cabochard, okay, you can get Cabochard, like you have Oscarinin, you have Agressivo from the LFL, like just name it. You can name like 5-10 top laners from the ERLs and even from other regions that are better than Bijishashi and will make your team better. Kobe, like you said, experienced AD carrier, like level. I don't think Kobe is going to win you any championships right now, but he's still a stable AD carrier. And then you have, let me see, I think it's Legion there, Milan. I don't want it to I don't want to mispronounce his name, right? But let's say, yeah, he's going to substitute Zanzara, which has been released by the organization. Is searching for a new team. So yeah, but basically this is a team for Astralis. I don't think it's going to be a great split for Astralis, unfortunately, another one. But what do you guys think? Leave it down below in the comments. And moving on, we can. So here's upcoming confirming that Jeonghwan is complete to Astralis, and we also have a big update for Cloud9, which is Fudge returning to top lane. Cloud9 is currently looking for a mid laner and a support, and maybe we see Jensen back in Cloud9. Who knows? As for the support, I don't know how they're going to, who they're going to get. I don't think they're going to get a. I think they're going to get an import. I don't think like they're going to get a North American talent. I don't think there's any North American support available that is like top tier that can make you win, make you a championship team right now, and that's what Cloud9 is all about, right? But the big question mark is where is Summit going, right? Because Summit said in an interview, and I don't know if he's joking or not, that if he lost like in the next series, when it was the series against TG, that he would retire. I don't know how far if that's true, if it was just a joke. Let's see. But like Summit is probably off of the team. Winsome is probably also sorry, off of the team. So let's say Fudge going back to the top lane. I think it's a good move for him. He was a solid mid laner, but I think maybe the top lane is where he shines the most, especially because he can bring like a lot of new picks, etc. And that was where he shined a lot, and where Fudge was becoming one of the best in the region, right? And as a mid laner, I don't think he performed badly, but he also didn't have like an amazing performance, a performance where you look and just say, okay, like Fudge is a really good mid laner, and this was like the right roster shift, right, for him, and the right role switch. So Fudge going back to the top lane, I think it's the right answer for Cloud9. But now you have to get a good mid laner, a good support, and like looking at the options in North America, you have Jensen. I don't think you're going to be able to buy Joshua Pion or Pearson, etc. Right? So those are locked in. So you have Jensen, and I don't think you have any other like big time caliber player like people could have. Oh, you have Niski, etc. Like Niski is already almost certainly in my liners, right? So let's see how that goes, who they're going to bring in for the mid lane position and also for the support position. So it's going to be interesting to see, right? But they have 2 import slots to use, so let's see how they're going to use them. Another news from the LCS, it is LCS is just confirming that Immortals will the Xerxe is leaving Immortals. They are considering like Shed as maybe the main option is the Immortal Academy jungle, but you've said that in another tweet that the Immortals has like a list of junglers they are choosing, that they want to try out and see how they fit into the team. But let's say I think this is a huge loss for Xerxe, for Immortals. I think it's good for Xerxe also actually getting back to Europe. But let's see who is going to fill into Immortals. Like Immortals was a decent like mid-table team in the LCS, but now losing Cersei, which was one of his best players, if not the best player for the team, right? Let's see how they're going to bounce back from that, and who is going to fill in the shoes of Cersei, which is not an easy position to do. We also have Fake God being released from Dignitas, and you will not be playing the upcoming LCS Summer Split, so once again, let's see who Dignitas is going to pick up for the mid lane, because I will they go with the a national mid laner? Will they go with an import? I don't know. Maybe an import would make the team better. A good import, like obviously we have to choose. We have to be very careful when you are choosing an import. But maybe a good import would make the team better. I don't know. Uh, I think this is a good move from the Ignitors. Like, I don't think Fake God is a bad player, but I also don't think he's a mid laner that's going to win you. And in my opinion, like mid laner is the most important uh, role in league. Like, if you look at every team that won Worlds or won a split in like LCK, LCS, LPL, they have a superstar mid laner, right? You have Xiao, you have Faker, you have Rookie, you have Showmaker, you have Xerxe, right? So everyone has like a really good, not only like a solid mid laner, but a really good mid laner. Like you can have a solid top laner, solid support. Not saying those functions are not important to the game, because they are. Like you see, Impact is a really good top laner. You see like Keria is a great support and impacts the whole map, right? But you have to have a superstar mid laner. That's like it's a must if you want to win championship. So moving on from Fake God, I think it's the right direction to go for Dignitas, and I'm interested to see who they're going to pick up to finish their roster. And another surprising news, amazing, is going to join Mouse. For everyone that's been following League for a long time, you all know Amazing. He was a superstar jungler back in the day, playing for Fnatic. He won like titles. He won LCS titles. Like he's a very good player. He was a very good player. I think he was a caster for a period of time. I'm not sure. And he went to Origins, right? He went to Origins with a team like with Thoas, Miti, Sven, Xerxe, that went to the place top 4 at Worlds. So yeah, but then I think he retired in 2018, 19. Yeah, he retired in 2019. So it's been a time, and now he's signed with Mouse. Like it's a surprising return, because normally players, when they are away from the tier 1 and away from being a professional for that long, right? Because you can talk about Xerxe. He also went away from the tier 1 for some time, but Xerxe never stopped playing. Like even he was a coach, and then he continued to play in the regional leagues, etc. Amazing. No, like I don't think he signed as a coach or as an analyst for any team. He just was he was streaming, giving his opinions on Twitter. Sometimes he went to the live broadcast, but that was it. So seeing him back kind of makes me happy, because I remember like the old days of Origin with him, like Fnatic and Origin going back and forward in lag at that time, ULCS, right? So, but let's see how he looks. Like it's going to be interesting to see. Does Amazing still got it? Will he just look at an average jungle? Is he still going to be like? I don't think he's going to be in his prime, right? But is he going to be still be able, because of his knowledge and his experience, to be a really good jungle? So let's see. And joining Mouse, like Mouse is not a bad team by any means. So let's see how that's going to unfold. And we have Shizuki confirmed to Giants. I already had in the past video said that Shizuki was almost certain to Giants. Like we just had to wait for the announcement, and now he said it in his Twitter that he's going to play for Giants in the rest of the year. And even if it's not LCS, like he hopes like his fans will support him. I think his fans will continue to support him. I still think there's a chance where he performs at Giants, they win the Spanish league, they go and have a good run in Masters, and maybe gets picked up again for the LEC. But like I said, like the LEC, the regional leagues in Europe are very strong. You have a lot of talent, and like the LEC has 10 spots, so you have to be the best of the best in Europe to get into that, and it's not easy, right? So let's see how that unfolds. To do a quick recap, guys, Xerxe is joining Astralis, as you can see here. Jung-hoon, former support from Frederick Bjorn, also joining Astralis and completing that the roster, which is going to be Jung-hoon as a support, Kobe as a AD carry, Cersei in the jungle position, Daejong in mid, and Xerxe at the top laner position. Here we have Cloud9, Fudge returning to the top lane, and they are looking for a mid laner and support. Let's see how that's going to unfold. Immortals is looking for a new jungle and already has a list of junglers they want to try. And Shad the academy jungler is obviously one of them. So let's see how that's going to work out for Immortal, who they are going to pick up. And you have Fake God leaving Dignitas, so leaving Dignitas and will not play in the upcoming LCS summer split, so maybe he's going to take a break. Let's see who Dignitas is going to pick up. Are they going to go for import? Maybe Jensen to Dignitas? Who knows? That would be interesting, definitely. Amazing coming back to competitive League of Legends. Also a news that I don't think anyone was expecting, right? And to run it up, Giants confirming that Shizuki is going to be their starting mid laner for next year, and Milika, which was the mid laner for Giants last spring, is going to leave the team. So guys, that's all for today. I think we had some pretty interesting news. Comment down below what you think about this move from Astralis, from Dignitas, and also from Cloud9. Who you think are going to be the mid and support for Cloud9? Who's going to be the mid lane for Dignitas? Is this Astralis roster a better roster than the one from last split? Will they be able to reach playoffs? Like, what do you think is the ceiling for this roster? And as always, remember to comment, like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. See ya.